I sit back and I contemplate and I truly think to myself, what really is the definition of a real man? And I honestly don't think a lot of people on this earth really know what the definition of a real man is. And not only that, a lot of people tend to have their own definition of what family means, what love means, what trust means, what loyalty means. And one of the things that I've realized, I've come to that understanding while being on this journey, is that you can't put a timeline, a time span on how long it should take a person to heal, yet alone to grieve, because we all tend to process things differently. We're all different in our own unique ways. And see, I had been hopeful for the past few years, praying to reestablish that bond and that relationship with my baby girl. You know, it's not like she really had a choice in this matter, though she is the one who has to suffer the consequences and repercussions, just like myself. But the thing is like I said, there's no time limit on how long it takes a person to heal, to grieve, let alone to let go and move on. And so I knew that before even making my post yesterday, I knew that it was going to get some crazy backlash and all of the above. And in all honesty, I probably could have worded it a little bit different regarding what I meant. Yes, I am ready to leave this earth at any given time. But more than anything, me making my post was me showing the universe, God himself, that I'm ready to surrender to his divine will. And within doing that, it brought about a sense of comfort, considering that I allowed myself to publicly be vulnerable with me opening up and expressing the thoughts that was on my mind and my heart, not to anyone specifically, but just putting it out there. And it's made me realize that, in all honesty, there is no such thing as vulnerability in this day and age when it comes to being a man. Because all of the advice that I seem to have received from a lot of individuals was, stay strong, you got this. And that's cool, I appreciate that, by all means necessary. To the individuals, who hit me up, hey, I appreciate that. Most deaf, like on the real, I really do appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, it made me realize that there's no such thing as being vulnerable, or no such thing as a safe space. You can't be a man and express how you feel when it comes to your emotions, your feelings, your thoughts, or none of the above without people interpreting it the way that they choose to, which is cool. But at the end of the day, it's like, set the interpretations aside and honestly go within and ask those hard questions like, what's wrong? What can I do for you in order for you to feel at peace? Can I just be that listening ear at this moment in time for you while you are grieving and healing, all in the same sense? Because see, when I made my post, I was more so me going through a death and a rebirth and a transformation. I shed a lot of tears last night and today, simply because I knew that what God has been asking me to honestly do has been something that I've been resistant to. I've really been avoiding it. To the point to where I started back smoking weed, so I didn't necessarily have to listen or hear what it was that God was asking for me to do, because I was hopeful for something else, but I knew that wasn't going to be the outcome. And even though I knew that wasn't going to be the outcome, and I knew that He was speaking to me, attempting to get me to go in the direction that He wanted me to go, just wasn't ready to leave behind what meant the most to me in this world, at least for the time being. But along with that, more than anything, I think it was the fear of the old version of me dying off while a new me was being birthed and created, so that I can begin to carry out the works that He created me to carry out, you know. And that brought about a level of fear within myself. So, in order to block out everything, the noise, His voice, His guidance, everything, I started back smoking. And by doing so, I was able to block out the emotions and the feelings that I was feeling, because I didn't want to feel it. So when I finally decided to stop smoking a few days ago, everything, it all hit me all at once. And I mean everything. And it overwhelmed me in all honesty, to a point to where it was like, yeah, I could take action in so many different ways. I can take action. I have options. I have choices. But because I didn't want to disappoint him, I felt like the best thing that I could do was come to him and ask him to relieve me from this pain that I was going through. Now, I understand there's multiple ways you can go about doing things and stuff like that. I could have completely bypassed the entire post and strictly handled business on my own, and that'd be what it was. And instead of having a post where people can contact me and try and uplift my spirit and all of the above, I could have just did what needed to be done and been done with it. But I don't have the courage to carry out an action like that on my own. No matter how much having those thoughts, feelings, or emotions may arise from time to time. But the fact that I expressed it on a public platform, it brought about mixed reactions in regards to the responses that I received. And first and foremost, I just want to say I'm good. But secondly, I had to let it out in order for me to let it go so that I can continue to move forward. And see, I chose to do it on a public platform because the fact of the matter is I've been on this journey all by myself. No friends, no family, nothing. No one to talk to express my thoughts, feelings, and emotions, and, all of the above. And so, me doing so by putting it out there on that public platform, because this has been something that I have been fighting with for a long time, it was more like my cry for help to God himself, because I've realized and understood that you can't depend on people, because people, they truly don't care unless it's something that they're going through or if it has any type of relevance within their life. And if not, they just don't care because it doesn't pertain to them. And the individuals that have been there, done that, walked a mile in these shoes and all of the above, it baffles me, the advice that they give, because it's like, I'm sure you probably got that advice from your pops, and he got that from his pops, and he got that from his pops, and it's just a repetitive cycle. And I sit back and I think to myself, like, man, can I truly see myself passing on the same advice that really isn't helpful in no way, shape, or form? Can I see myself passing that advice off to my children? And even with that thought, it showed me that there truly is no such thing as a safe space to express how you feel, your thoughts, your feelings, and emotions. It seems like the only safe place you can honestly do so nowadays is if you go see a psychiatrist. But see, I understand that we all go through these same situations and scenarios. And not everybody is strong enough to endure these situations and scenarios. But more than anything, not too many of us at all are strong enough to stand up and say, you know what, this ain't right. There needs to be a change. This needs to be addressed. And it doesn't matter about what topic of conversation we actually speaking about, whether it's, unaliving yourself or the things that we tend to experience in life. There's really no safe space at all. And as humans, we're supposed to be communicative individuals. We're supposed to rely on one another, supposed to provide helping hands, and supposed to be there for one another. There's no right or wrong way to go about doing anything. And if you can't voice your opinion regarding how you feeling without receiving any type of critical backlash, and what's the point, let alone the purpose of having feelings, emotions, thoughts, a heart, a conscience, a soul, yet alone a voice to be able to speak it? And I say this because, man, I've had to battle depression, anxiety, PTSD, stress, those pessimistic thoughts, and everything else that comes along with it. And while experiencing all of this and processing all of this and attempting to navigate these muddy waters, attempting to see the light at the end of the tunnel, it's like if I can't be honest with myself and say, hey, I'm going through something and I need some help. If I can't be honest with myself, especially when it comes to voicing it, and tell me what truly is the purpose of these life experiences that we go through, if we're not going to be there for one another whenever someone actually is in need of help and are actually voicing that, hey, I need some help. I can't do this all by myself right now. I've made it up till this point and I just can't. I don't see a way, And like I said, I'm a very strong individual. I'm not going to do nothing crazy to myself per se, which is why I talk to God, and I talk to him just about everything, pertaining to everything. For so long, I've been talking to him about all of this, everything. And I just want to say, again, thank you to those individuals who were kind enough to give encouraging, uplifting words. Thank you. But I do realize and understand that there are so little people that can honestly relate, yet alone understand, or even care, or give a damn, in all honesty. And when thinking about that, it's truly made me see how cruel and cold of a world we truly are living in today. Because time, it's not promised to no one. It's not promised to no one. And once your time expires, your time expires. You can't take those memories with you. You can't get that time back. None of it. None of the above. And with that being said, like I said, my time has come. Has truly come. And I just hope to make you proud one day, baby girl. Sometimes it gets tiresome, it gets exhausting, and you get burnt out, because there truly is no right or wrong way to do anything. There is no how-to guide when it comes to this life experience. We all learn as we go on a daily basis. And with that thought in mind, I truly believe that as a human race, at the trajectory that we have been going through, if people truly don't start opening their eyes, we're gonna be doomed. So when I say the time has come, the time has come for people to actually open their eyes and understand their wrongdoings and attempt to try and repent and get their life right and together. Especially when it comes to those loved ones, because tomorrow's not promised. You never know when your last conversation with someone will be, when the last time you will see them, hang out with them, talk to them, tell them you love them, or anything like that. You never know. And I'm not saying it in a sense to, scare anybody, make anybody think I'm about to do something, because believe me, I ain't. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying in general. You never know. You never know. You So, be honest with yourself first. Never be scared to express how you feel. It's okay to be vulnerable. That's true strength right there. Real toughness is understanding how to be vulnerable. That's real toughness. And no matter what I may feel, at the end of the day, I'm here for God and to carry out His purpose, first and foremost. And once that is done, then, only then, will I be able to actually reach my desired destination. But until then, I still got work to do, man. Just as everybody else does. But more than anything, when it comes to this video, if there's anything that you take away from this video, I just want you to truly understand that tomorrow is not promised to no one. It's not. So cherish every moment, every opportunity, every conversation, every memory. Cherish it like it's your last. Because in all honesty, you never know if that is or will be your last. Straight up. So, thank y'all. Stay blessed.